Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Radio Days with Gary Music Miller. I'm Dave Black, your co-host. This is the aforementioned Gary Music Miller, longtime voice on air personality, music director, one-time program director at WKEE here in town. Sure, you've heard him
Did
from time to time.
Did everything but wipe the floors.
Yeah, well, they had a garbage man.
Yeah.
So we are coming to you as usual from the Museum of Radio and Technology, 1640 Florence Avenue in Huntington. You get a chance, come out and take a look. We'd appreciate it if you did that.
It's a great museum.
Yes, it is.
That's all I can say.
Today, we went over a subject like this for the decade of the 70s. So we're going to do now the decade of the 80s. These were peak times during Gary's career when he played every single one of these songs and made sure that they were hits, literally. So before that, though, Gary, do you have anything you want to throw in there? Do you have the death pool that went on, or do you have...
I can't really think of anything other than to dive into this. And,
okay.
We'll do the 80s, and then we'll do a little promo for our next show.
Yeah.
So wait till the end of the show. I got a good next show planned too,
Right.
But stick with us through the show. I should thank you, subscribers. We appreciate you to no end. All of you who have tuned in by accident, just what's this all about? Please consider subscribing. And if you tune in irregularly, consider subscribing. That would mean a lot to us. And the thumbs up and the whole 9 yards.
If you are more irregular, I'd consider Metamucil.
That's right.
So,
that's right. Irregularity.
Yes. So with that said, what we're going to do here is, remember a couple of shows ago, we did Grammy-winning songs and records of the year for 1970s, from the decade of the 70s itself. Well, we're going to do the same thing with the 1980s. Now, there are so many categories in the Grammys, it's just unbelievable. For literally every genre of music, there is 18 categories, it seems like.
Yeah.
I know I missed out on the 70s. I did the same thing on these lists too. What you get for 1980 is, I think, for the end of 79.
In 79.
And what's for 89, it should be for the end of 88. So
yeah, so
you got to take it for what it's worth.
1980 Grammys, best of 79, 81 Grammys, best of 80, so forth and so on. But we stick to the year that the Grammy show was actually on.
Right, exactly.
And so we're going 1980 to 1989. I've
got a list here. My list in front of me is songs of the year. Gary has the records of the year, and both of them are not the same.
No, they're not. Songs of the year usually go to the songwriter.
Right.
And song of the year, whoever writes it gets the Grammy. Record of the year, rather, is the actual record that is on, this kind of thing back in the day. And the people had a record that was out, and if it fit the Grammy voters' criteria, it was nominated for Record of the Year.
Yeah.
So,
but what's interesting about the decade of the 80s going through here is that there are 6 songs of the year that ended up being records of the year.
Yep.
So that's quite a stat.
And there's one name, 1 year took everything.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
Okay.
You want to start with?
I'm going to start with 1980. The year 1980. The awards of 80, which takes in 79.
This is the song of the year.
Yeah, song of the year for that was issued in 1980 is "What a Fool Believes" by the Doobie Brothers.
Right. It amazes me that that's not a bad song. I'm not going to put that song down, but it's not my favorite Doobie Brothers song. And there were a whole big bunch of songs up against it that I think might have deserved it a little bit more. But the Grammy winning record of the year for 1980 was also "What a Fool Believes" by the Doobie Brothers. Produced by Ted Templeman. So
Everybody knows Ted.
That takes care of 1980.
Everybody knows Ted.
Yeah.
1981, this song was in heavy rotation, I think, in every top 40 station in the world.
Yep.
It was Sailing by Christopher Cross.
If your name was Christopher Cross, you had it made that year. Not only did Christopher Cross win the Record of the Year, Song of the Year, he won the Best New Artist of the Year, and he also won the Album of the Year. So every major award went to Christopher Cross. It's interesting to me to see Best New Artist. How long do the Best New Artists stick around? Do you hear a Christopher Cross song today? What, 50 years later, 40 years later, what? No, you really don't. And so Sailing also was produced by Michael Martian and Christopher Cross, and it was the Grammy-winning Record of the Year in 1981. And like I said, if your name was Christopher Cross, you won everything.
Yeah, not only was it in heavy rotation on every top 40 station and possibly every adult contemporary station.
Absolutely.
It was heavy rotation on MTV forever.
And there were, it seems like one or two songs that might have come out before, and I don't have a list of those. But I know that when Luke and Laura from General Hospital got married, Christopher got some airplay from his song Think of Laura. And that was basically due to the fact that this long-running couple on a soap opera got married.
Right.
So there you go.
Okay, 1982's award went to Kim Carnes for Betty Davis Eyes.
Again, probably very deservedly, Betty Davis Eyes was also the Grammy-winning Record of the Year. Val Garay was the producer, and Kim Carnes produced that song herself. And I heard a story that Betty Davis was on the Johnny Carson Tonight Show and was absolutely blown away by it. That she appreciated it, which surprises me because she could be a little cranky.
Said something nice, huh?
Yeah.
Well, 1983, the Song of the Year and Record of the Year were different. Song of the Year was Always on My Mind. I believe that was Willie Nelson.
And the 1983 Grammy-winning Record of the Year was one of my favorite records of the year, Rosanna by Toto. Toto was the producer, and if you ever get to hear that song, if you've never heard it all the way through, they cut the best part, as far as I'm concerned, the piano part, at the end of the song out. But they had to.
Yeah.
You know, you had to be short to be on the radio.
Yeah. And that song was famous with the drummers community, with the shuffle that they call it. That it was the Porcaro shuffle. One of the Porcaro brothers was the drummer of Toto, and he was phenomenal, one of the best ever.
Yeah.
And all the drummers tried to recreate that. It was not easy.
All the people I didn't get to meet back in the 1980s, I met a lot of them, Rick Springfield, Huey Lewis, Hall & Oates. Got to meet them all when they came to town, but Toto, I never, ever got to meet. And,
well, he stayed in Kansas.
I would exactly.
Now, Toto, do you know exactly who was responsible for them being, getting going?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, you can leave that for Boz Scaggs.
Okay.
Boz Scaggs, they were a backing band for Boz Scaggs early on. And next thing you know, he said, "Hey, you guys are pretty good. You need to do something." So they
taken off. Yeah.
They went on and got things going. Okay. 1984, The Police, Every Breath You Take was the Song of the Year Grammy winner.
And the Grammy-winning Record of the Year in 1984 was Beat It by Michael Jackson. Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, producers. I have nothing to say about that except Michael couldn't miss during that period. he was getting ready for even bigger and better things.
Yeah.
I think his Thriller came
was
along.
just unbelievable.
1985.
85 was What's Love Got to Do with It by Tina Turner.
And Tina Turner produced that. Terry Britton produced it. And What's Love Got to Do also with it also won the Grammy Record of the Year that year.
Okay, 1986 was the Grammy. Excuse me, the Grammy was awarded to "We Are the World" by USA for Africa.
Quincy Jones produced it, and what can you say about We Are the World? We did a whole show way back when.
Yes.
About We Are the World. It was one of our third, fourth, or fifth shows, and it's just an amazing piece of music, and it took the world by storm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, 1987. Dionne Warwick and Friends, which included Elton John, Gladys Knight, Stevie Wonder. That's what friends are for.
And the 1987 Record of the Year was Higher Love by Steve Winwood. Russ Trollman and Steve Winwood produced that record. So
Yeah, Steve Winwood had some success during the 80s, didn't he?
He did. I mean, he got a Grammy.
Yeah. And this is a guy who was the keyboardist for the Spencer Davis Group.
Yeah, yeah.
At 15 years old, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, 1988, song Somewhere Out There by Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram. Got Song of the Year in the Grammys.
And the Grammy-winning Record of the Year for 1988 was Graceland by Paul Simon, which was not a radio record, as I recall. I don't remember playing it, if we played it at all, very much on the radio. Paul Simon produced that song, so people were, I think, showing respect to Paul Simon, maybe.
Yeah. The song Somewhere Out There was from a movie called An American Tail, a cartoon movie.
T-A-I-L.
No. I don't remember. But it was about a mouse named Fievel Mouskowitz.
I think it was T-A-I-L.
So that was where it came from, if you're interested.
Okay.
Okay, 1989. This is the last on the list. And if you're sad, and we're sad at that time, don't worry, be happy. Bobby McFerrin's song was the talk of the town then. And
it was an amazing piece of music because there were no instruments on it. Bobby made all of the sounds on, and of course the singing, all by himself. He made he saved a lot of money paying a band.
A cappella, huh?
Exactly.
So in 89, the song of the year was also Bobby McFerrin.
89, exactly.
And it was
the record of the year and song of the year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you could not escape that song.
Oh God, no! It was everywhere, and it got to the point of being sickening to me.
Yeah, it sort of did. I usually make lists of those people who passed away, but I went ahead and skipped that this time. I think we mentioned most of the big names like Neil Sedaka, Monty Rock III, I think we mentioned last time. Mm-hmm. You may have a list of some people that passed away.
No, I do not. I leave that up to you.
That's usually what I do for the next couple of shows. I'm just going to skip that part. People find it depressing, but I did have a girl write me and drop me a note on X, and so that's just the depressing thing to do. And conversely, other people say, I wouldn't have known so-and-so died had it not been for you. So, and I think that's our topic for today, our subject for today. I will tell you that next show, I have something planned. Usually when I think of the 80s, I center back on 1981. 1981 we'll talk about next time, but it was a year I got married, and a year a lot of things happened for me in the record business. I think we got our first gold record in 81 from Air Supply, and we look forward to that show. So this is kind of abbreviated today. So
Yeah. So we hope you found this interesting.
yeah.
And we hope you enjoy our next program.
Yeah.
Because, like Gary said, I think it's going to be pretty fun, kind of interesting.
It is.
So, if you would please do us one big favor, that'd be like, share, and subscribe. It just makes us look better in the eyes of YouTube and the algorithms and all that sort of thing. It doesn't help us get any money because we are not monetized.
We would like to stay doing what we've been doing. And we know there are certain people out there who really, really enjoy it. But if we don't grow, we become a little stagnant. So if we can get a new subscriber every time we do a show, that would mean a lot to us.
Yeah, it sure would. Okay. And as I said at the beginning, we are at the Museum of Radio and Technology. They are always gracious enough to allow us to use this mock studio here as a backdrop, and we surely appreciate it more than they know.
When you come to visit, you can see the studio itself.
Right. You sit in Gary's chair.
That's right.
I don't want to sit in this one. The bad luck will follow you. No, I'm just kidding.
It's had a wonderful week.
You can check these out, the site out for the museum at mrtwv.org. Give them a look up and then come out here and check things out. It's very nice. Get a hold of this guy at rdwgmm@gmail.com. You can also do it on X at Gary Music Miller. He still looks at Facebook now and then.
Yeah, but you
can still get
make a comment down below.
Yeah, right down there.
That way we really know you listened and what you liked about it, what you don't. And I would like to encourage you to, if you have a subject matter you would like us to talk about, be it in radio. I get very few radio questions anymore. But if you'd like to know more about music, the music that we covered. I was in radio from 1971 to 2010, so I covered 4 decades, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. I can try to answer any questions you might have, and you might be interested in things like how I decided what to play and what happened to songs I didn't, which a little hint next show. Please be with us.
And what he doesn't know, his dog knows. So you can ask the dog.
That's right.
So with that said, we're going to go home for the time being. We appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in. Spend your little extra time with us. It goes a long way, folks, believe me. So take care. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. So long.